would descend en masse. To deal with this contingency, he suggested that Harding, the international team, and everyone else involved close ranks and adopt a party line towards the media. On 28th March, Harding, who had been warned and briefed by de Vaux, wrote back, "The treasure listed in the Copper Scroll," he said, "didn't appear to be connected with the Qumran community at all, nor could it possibly be a real cache. The value of the item cited was too great. The Copper Scroll was merely a collation of buried treasure legends." 4 days later, on 1st June, the official press release pertaining to the Copper Scroll was issued. It echoed Harding's assertions. The scroll was said to contain a collection of traditions about buried treasure. Allegro appears to have been stunned by this duplicity. On 5th June, he wrote to Harding, "I don't quite follow whether this incredible traditions gag you and your chums are putting out is for newspaper, government, Bedu, or my consumption, or you may even believe it. Bless you." At the same time, however, he was still appealing to Harding as a possible ally. Against the phalanx of Catholic interests, did not Harding think, he asked, that a bit of more ready information on the scroll matters might not be a good idea? It's well known now that the Copper Scroll was completely open in January, and despite your attempts to squash it, it is also known that my translation went to you immediately. A little general information saves a good deal of rumour mongering, which has now taken on a somewhat sinister note. He adds that the feeling would get around that the Roman Catholic brethren of the team, by far in the majority, were trying to hide things. The same point is it stressed in a letter to Frank Cross in August. In lay quarters, it is firmly believed that the Roman Church in de Vaux and Co. are intent on suppressing this material. To de Vaux personally, he observed drily, "I notice that you have been careful to keep it dark that the treasure is temple possessions." Allegro had originally believed a full translation of the text of the Copper Scroll would be released fairly promptly. It must now have been clear to him that this wasn't going to occur. In fact, 4 years were to pass before a translation of the text appeared, and then it was published by Allegro himself, who by that time had lost all patience with the international team. He still would have preferred to publish his popular book after the official translation, scheduled to be done by Father Melik, and was led to believe this would be possible. Melik's translation, however, was suddenly and unexpectedly subject to further delays, which may well have been deliberate. Allegro was asked to postpone his own publication. Accordingly, at one point, indeed, this request transmitted through an intermediary appears to have been attended by threats from a member of the team whose name cannot be